Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, it's going to be a Patreon edition of Midrank Madness. One of these players is supporting me on patreon.com/FalconPaladin for $10 a month, which gives him the right to send me one replay per month that I will cast, no questions asked. Alright, it's going to be a TVT here on Cerulean Falls, which I have not cast a game on before. So it's kind of neat. Got these like crystals growing up everywhere, kind of overlapping trees a little bit, which is kind of weird. A lot of bases. It is a big map. Long rush distance here. Cheese is not going to do a whole lot, I don't think, in most situations. We have any gold bases. I like to check for that, as that's been a thing since the early days of the StarCraft. And no gold bases. Just regular type. Any secret hidden bases you can expand to? No, just regular expansion out the front here. Oh, look at that. Terran and Protoss players are just like, that's so awesome. Look at this natural wall. That is the easiest wall of natural I think I've seen in a long time in StarCraft 2. This is a little bit of a wider ramp, possibly to compensate for the fact that this one is smaller, but third base has got to be wide open to compensate for that, right? Yeah. Third base, well, this isn't bad. This third base, you have ramps leading up to it, but several ramps, and they're all pretty big. So, yeah. In exchange for getting a very easy-to-wall-off natural base, your third base is going to be a hard time. Anyway, bottom left, the red Terran player, DraoS. And top right-hand corner, the blue Terran player, it is Wartorn. Midrank Madness, for those of you who don't know, is just my examination of Platinum and Diamond League level gaming, sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Midrank Madness. I do one of those every other week on Friday. If you want to get your game cast by me, and you're at that level, go ahead and hit me up. At that address, I'll have my screeners take a look at the games that are sent, and they will be decided. We will decide which ones of those will be cast. Alright, this Reaper name for DraoS is going to be Out of Ideas. He is a famous fictional person who was caught doing things the Terran didn't like, so he became a Reaper for reasons, I guess. That's pretty good. I like that out of DraoS. And then Wartorn's Reaper is going to be Stingy Watcher. A wealthy fan of Falcon Paladin, this user has committed the worst possible crime of all, using an ad blocker on Falcon Paladin's videos and not donating to the Falcon Paladin Patreon. For this crime, the Stingy Watcher was stuffed into a Reaper suit filled with needles, whose only hope for salvation is death. Donate to the Falcon Paladin Patreon. Wow, that actually worked out pretty well. I did not plan that. But yeah, I guess 2 hits for Patreon early on. I guess if you're here watching a TVT at mid-rank, you like my stuff. I don't think anybody's here who hates me. I mean, I know some people hate watch my things, but they like the players involved, especially the Brood War fans. But, anyway, Stingy Watcher here, gonna get a kill. I mean, eventually, it's a lot of shots to kill an SCV, as it turns out. And where's our other Reaper? Here it is. Out of Ideas. Ooh, it's a Reaper versus Reaper battle here. Run, Stingy Watcher. Oh, Stingy Watcher took some damage. Trying to get out of combat so that he can heal up, but he keeps taking shots. Oh, I think now he's going to maybe get out. He's going to escape regardless. These Marines are going to help. Don't come up that ramp. Don't come up the ramp. Yeah, there we go. Hopping immediately back down. So these players aren't dumb. These players know what they're doing. Keeping the Reapers alive, scouting, positioning Marines here, heading up, recognizing the reality that DraoS' Reaper might just have to hop right back down again, and did so, as the situation necessitated. Now, TVTs have been some pretty darn interesting games thus far, I would say. We had one on Darkness Sanctuary that was bananas recently. If you want to watch that, if you want to see kind of a lower-level TVT on Darkness Sanctuary that's really nuts, go ahead and let me know in the comments, and I'll link it to you. I'll find it. I can dig it out from my archives. I have over 2,000 videos, but I think I have some ways of finding that kind of thing. Factory producing a tank for both players. Tank Marine. Looks like where we're going here. Nobody goes Cyclone first, strangely enough. Usually one of the players goes Cyclone and then does a lot of damage, because the only thing that really deals with Cyclone is Cyclone, or I guess a tank. If you rush tank and it's a long rush distance, maybe you can hold off the Cyclone pressure. And maybe that's what both players were going for here. Was they just recognized that, okay, if I rush to tank, I won't necessarily need Cyclones of my own to defend, and I'll be okay for the mid-game too. So it worked out. I don't know exactly if that was planned by anybody here. Maybe they just both took a gamble. Just both took a risk. But it totally worked out. Are we in the dark? Well, at least there's been a scout here from DraoS. DraoS has scouted some things, but man, Wartorn is playing utterly in the dark right now. Has no idea what is coming his way whatsoever. So continuing to make tanks, getting a couple medevacs here for his Marines. The Marine count is 7-7. The tank count is 2-1. But DraoS is going to have a second tank here soon enough. So it will soon be 2-2.
Liberation.
And by golly, it is. Liberator there, too. Somebody asked me once, Liberators have are females? Yeah, they have female voice lines. Where is it? Who's making one of those? No, but for reals, where is she? Boop. Oh, she's up here. Oh, so even though I was down here looking around, the voice line still played when she built because I was on Wartorn's vision. Interesting. I love the knives, right? It's like, just in case some mutas get up too close and personal, I'm going to stab them with my knives. And if they want to land on top, there's spikes. Yeah, the Mad Max skin is an interesting one. Speaking of skins, there's been a new set released. If you're interested in that kind of thing, I'm not really. But if you're interested, they're available and they're fun. And honestly, I don't have a problem with in-game sales if they are cosmetic in nature, which these are. Totally fine. Well, Liberator's gonna... Oh, that tank's gonna die. Or is it the priority target? Nope. SCVs are the priority target. But the tank dies anyway. Ooh, SCV goes to work. You could shut down this entire base. Oh well, get some kills. It's fine too. Rah! One goes down. Defender mode. Out of defender mode. Oh, no missile turret for you, friend. Yoosh! This Liberator play going pretty well. DraoS needs something to handle this. Marines are pretty good. Let's make some Marines. Ooh, and they have stim too. So Liberator gets out after picking up 5 kills, which is not too bad. Double medevac coming up the right side here. Wartorn has a tank in his base, also has a Liberator and a medevac, which looks even funnier with knives. Just gonna say, oh, missile turrets though. One medevac dies after unloading a single Marine. The other one's gonna die too. Oh, guys, if you're worried about drops, tanks are your answer and your salvation. Yep. Or tanks, well, missile turrets. Missile turrets too, though. Tanks are also pretty good, as it turns out. Reaper here fighting from DraoS. Really? Out of Ideas is here fighting to kill stuff. And I'd actually make it out, too. That's kind of hilarious. Took the tank shot, but it takes more than... Oh, never mind. Couldn't get out here. That is a sheer cliff. Well, Out of Ideas is dead. Sorry, Out of Ideas. Whoever you were, famous fictional person, got caught doing things the Terrans didn't like. Alright, so tanks here from DraoS. We've got 3 tanks for Wartorn, 1 for DraoS after losing the one to the Liberator. Liberator trying to see, is there a third base coming up? Yes, there is now. And you can kill it. You can at least pause it. Can't kill buildings, but killing the SCV building the building is nice. That is a benefit of TVT, man. Liberators can actually pause the construction of buildings that are already underway. Not something you can do against Zerg or Protoss. No siree boob. Boob? I was trying to say Bob with like a Lithuanian accent. It turned out to be something else instead. Alright, what's our Marine count? 14-21. DraoS has the lead there, but Wartorn's up in tank. Oh, he's not even up in tank count anymore, but he has Liberators, which can be pretty good in upcoming battles. Third base is done for Wartorn. I'm loving that. Calling down all of the mules, though. That is 9 mules. Holy Schenectadies. That income's going to look okay for a minute here for Wartorn. Yeah, 2,500 compared to 1,400 for DraoS. Third base, super muled up. I like it. I like the super mule on the third base, even though it means you've been saving up saving up energy on your orbital commands thus far. That's okay. I think we can live with it. 76-98 supply. DraoS has a big-time lead. This is kind of a scary army right now. 29 Marines and 3 tanks versus 14 Marines and 3 tanks. The Liberators are going to have to play a significant event, a significant part in the upcoming battle if Wartorn is going to hold here. A Corvid Reactor and Cloaking Field. Wartorn's going Raven and Banshee. Right now, DraoS is expanding behind this pressure up on that left side. I like it quite a bit. Armory, double armory with a fusion core on the way from Wartorn too. He might be going battle cruiser. Might be going battle cruiser operational. DraoS checking to see is there a 4th base for Wartorn. No, actually, he thinks that might be the 3rd because he doesn't know about this one. Well, now he does, as all the mules die. He scans, sees what he's dealing with. Where the heck is Wartorn's army? Is it all in the main? It's pretty much all in the main. I think DraoS can set up a pretty advantageous position here and actually kill some things if he wants. Like, this should be dead. I don't know why he's not attacking this. I guess because it's Midrank Madness, and sometimes game awareness isn't as good as it could be. Which, you know, backseat gaming, casting stuff, observing stuff, you see things that are much easier to see if you are observing. I mean, it's harder to see if you're not. Liberator tries to get some kills down here at DraoS' base. Has he actually killed 24 SCVs? Holy cow. Okay, that's a lot of SCVs that have been killed. However, taking some worker casualties himself is Wartorn, forced to lift off his third base. It does manage to stay alive. And Cloak, Banshee gonna try to save the day. Man, a scan would wreck this. There's your scan. Banshee's getting on out. Sort of, except that they're just gonna die instead. Never mind, not getting out at all. Are you trying to drop down here? Yes, that was weird, but okay. Tank's not doing a whole lot. You really, in this type of situation, you really gotta bring the tanks up. Have them shelling something. If they're just sitting here doing literally nothing for you, it's bad. Really bad. Wartorn's sitting on 2,300 minerals, but he's down to 2 bases. It's not good for him. 39 harvesters to 32. DraoS is down, but he has his third base up and functional right now, which is more than Wartorn can say. And yeah, wow. The Marines come down. They pick off one of the tanks, which is pretty good. Now there's only one tank remaining for DraoS. DraoS needs to push this tank up to like right here and actually start shelling these buildings. If he's not attacking, he's not doing anything. Come on, tank. I know you're kind of, sort of allowing for defense if the Marines want to pull back to you, but otherwise you're just not doing a whole lot. Looking to see is another base down here. Nah, you've got Wartorn confined on 2 bases, dude. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the 2 bases. That's not enough Marines to kill those Banshees, good sir. And expanding to a 4th is DraoS 2. I like it. I like this play. Confine your opponent to 2 bases, expand a whole bunch yourself, pull back, get more ahead, assume your opponent is not getting battle cruisers, because holy smokes, Wartorn's getting battle cruisers, everyone. We did see the fusion core. Oh, the giant knives. The giant knives. And the best part is they're like Bowie knives. They've got that serrated edge closer to the handle. It's so funny. Banshee, hey, tanks, how about you not stay up here by yourselves? Got left behind, man. DraoS' tanks got left behind. Another expansion for DraoS? Holy smokes. This is crazy talk. Alright. Well, Cerulean Falls, you've been fun so far. I'm okay with you as a map. The distances are far. There's a lot of ramps, which makes for interesting positional play, especially in TVT with Tank Marine. Not that we've seen a whole lot of it, but I don't know that DraoS should have gone home. To be honest, get the tanks shelling these buildings, force Wartorn to engage with you, make more tanks, keep pushing. He was in a great position. Wartorn is still afraid to re-expand to his 3rd base. Just kidding, he's no longer afraid. But he was for a while. And the Battle Cruiser Captain is the logo on these buildings. DraoS is getting Ravens of his own, which I'm a big fan of. Raven and TVT, pretty darn good. Anti-armor missile versus Marines versus clumps of Vikings. Auto turret, also pretty great for harassment. And just straight up, like, emergency DPS in some battle situations here, too. We're going to speed it up a teeny tiny bit. Just because no one's doing much of anything right now. DraoS is sitting back and allowing Wartorn to get his feet back out, or back underneath him, which is not ideal. This is kind of interesting. It's almost like a dinosaur statue here. It's a weird doodad is what it is. All right, so double-pronged harass attempt here. They are going to get a tank on the left side, which is kind of cool. 4. Thinking about dealing with those Marines, but they are too fast. They are stimmed, they are severely injured, and they are too fast. Alright, Marine and Raven sneaking on up. They're trying to get rid of this 3rd base of Wartorn, but there's 2 tanks here. I guess you guys do have +1 attack, which is not bad, but more Marines coming in to defend, so I think it's just time to go. Missile turrets saying, hey, Raven, you're out. And the Marines just basically throwing their lives away in this battle. As we see sometimes in mid-rank madness. Players making the decision to just throw their units' lives away willy-nilly, helter-skelter. Alright, the good news for DraoS is that he has a lot of bases. He has 5 bases right now. He's got 59 to 45 harvesters. He's continuing to make Marines and make tanks. He's sitting on 2,700. Wartorn sitting on 5,300. He could be, I mean, he should be maxed out on Marines right here, which would honestly not be bad. If he was just maxed out on Marines, he could just kind of A-move and win. At this point, there aren't enough Marines or tanks down here for DraoS to stop that. And by that I mean there are 5 tanks for DraoS. Where are they? Some of them are in the main base. Some of them are down here. Some of them are with the other thing. Alright, so pretty scary attack coming from DraoS. That +1 attack is good, but I love to see more upgrades. Honestly, fully upgraded Marines in TVT, pretty great. Pretty great. Music is appropriately intense for the upcoming attack here. And I don't know, maybe set up a tank here. I think you can hit that missile turret. No, right on the edge, dude. Right on the edge. You can get it? You seriously can't get it? Oh, it needs the vision. Alright. That's fair. Missile turret goes down. Once again, Wartorn completely on the defensive here. I just like using tanks to put kind of some fear of Terran into your opponent. And there we go. DraoS started well, but I don't think he's doing the rest of it well here. Ah, Wartorn coming in with the battle cruisers on top of the Marine. Marine versus Marine here. Missile turrets on disabling interference matrix there. Marines trying to kill what they can that's remaining. The battle cruisers actually jumped out, which means the Thor goes down to these Marines and a Marauder. Is the third base for Wartorn going to die again? It looks like it's going to die again. The SCVs came into repair, but they were too late, and now they're just standing around getting massacred like cattle. Battle cruisers jumping in from the backside, though. One of them goes down, but he's got to kill this group. He absolutely has to kill this group of units that is trying to kill him right now. And it's working. I'd say it's working out for him. These guys with 15 kills, 10 kills, 12 kills. If the Marines had upgrades, it'd be a better situation here. Tanks getting picked off by a Marauder death group from Wartorn there. And Wartorn holds on to his third base. Also managing to get a fourth base up in all of that chaos. So DraoS could not kill his opponent. Didn't actually end up killing the third either, which I feel like he absolutely should have and could have done. But that's okay. It's 65 to 27 harvesters. What? That's a lot of workers for DraoS here. SCVs. Oh, they don't have a rally. DraoS, put them on gas. Come see what's going on. How are these guys working and these guys aren't? Did he lose his rally? He must have had one initially and then accidentally moved it somewhere else. Hey, look at the jump, though. Surprise! Surprise jump! And DraoS' fifth base is actually in trouble. Somehow, some way. How many Marines do you have? A lot. How are their upgrades? Not great. Working on +1 armor. But battle cruisers single-handedly bringing Wartorn back into this game. Which, really shouldn't happen, but by golly, it is. Oh, get it. Wartorn, get it. Wartorn! Wartorn! Oh, the problem is he's running. He knows he's in trouble. He knows he can't jump home. He's trying to use the terrain to survive. And, how are these battle cruisers alive? Okay, they're not. Still not. This one's got 20 kills before it dies, though. 8 kills on this one, and still breathing. Thank you very much. Does have +2 armor. The more armor on these battle cruisers, the better they are against Marines. And even wins against that Viking, too. So several battle cruisers have been killed. By that I mean 4. And actually, this burns down anyway, so shoot, whatever. It's all good. No need to actually stop and kill a building that's on fire as you're leaving the premises. It will kill itself eventually. Oh, did he recognize what's going on? He's re-landing it, but he's not. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and dead. Ah, he tried to land it and heal it up with this mule. Mule's like, I'm here. I'm ready. Oh. Oh. Like how he's actively smoking. Like, what the heck is going on inside that mule? I guess that explains why it's on timed life, because it's not very stable. SCV is coming up to the top left to try to expand up here, but there's already a base present. So they're going to go ahead and kill the SCV building this command center. SCV hit squad! That's hilarious. And they're going to get it too. Oh, the tactical jump. They got the SCV, but then died a brutal death. 2 battlecruisers jumping to save this base of Wartorns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases for Wartorn now. That 5th base is up. Army attacking where he knows the army of Wartorn is not. I like this from DraoS. Accidental or not, I kind of like it. Yeah, this base needs to die. It doesn't have a lot of workers at it right now, but it needs to be killed regardless. It is providing mules, it's providing gas. Even if it's just a little bit, a free kill is a good kill. Wartorn, though, this might turn into a base race scenario. So Wartorn 3rd base is finally going to die. It should have died a while ago, but it's finally going down. Wartorn is supply blocked, and Wartorn's coming back to defend against this. You know what? He can beat this army. He can beat this. He's up 180 to 156 supply. Okay, 160 supply right now. Our Reaper is still alive. No, he's not. Out of ideas. Oh no, that was another Reaper, because the other one died up here. That's weird. Okay, anti-armor missile does land on some of these Marauders, bringing their armor down quite a bit. Into the negatives. Another anti-armor missile here too. Another one hitting, doing fairly well, but you actually need the army to back this up. And no, DraoS does not have the army to back this up. The tanks are going to die, and whatever here is left, a single Marine is going to die. 160 to 117 supply. Wartorn has steadily been growing this army. The battlecruisers have been given upgrades quite nicely here, whereas DraoS's Marines just don't have the upgrades that they need. +1/+1 at 22 minutes is not going to cut it, dude. He's working on +2/+2, which is awesome. But to this point, it's not been enough. Resources lost, 14,000 for Wartorn and 19,000 for DraoS. And that's about it. SCV's mining happily. Wartorn didn't actually finish this command center. That's weird. What was he doing up here if not finishing the command center? Mysterious indeed. Alright, so Wartorn is gathering up his forces. He's at 164 supplies, working on high-sec auto-tracking, and vehicle weapons level 2. Long-distance mining is DraoS, finally taking this base, which is between his 3rd and his 4th. He kind of ninja'd his 4th, or his 3rd a little bit. This was his 3rd, wasn't it? It was his 3rd, and then the 4th was down here, and the 5th was here, and the 6th is over here. It's weird. It's a weird expansion pattern. This tank had just been left alone for a while. He's got all of 1 kill. He's a recruit. I always kind of imagine the Marines that are awesome Marines get to pilot tanks at some point, but that could be wrong. Alright, so DraoS pushing up the left side. Well, once again, Wartorn is not really in a position to stop this from happening. Planetary Fortress is going to help fairly well, though. Get the PF. Oh, the battlecruiser's coming home, and DraoS runs. He recognizes the threat these guys face, and the threat these guys present. Well, these guys present being the battlecruisers, and these guys face being the Marines. It just retreats them right on home. And the front door is wide open for Wartorn, too. Honestly, if you pushed this, the thing is you just don't know. You don't know what's there. It's scary, is what it is. He's coming home to deal with this army, which he knows exists. And I think DraoS is going to lose this base for the 2nd time in this game at the 24-minute mark. 177 to 155 supply. DraoS loses the base. We have the +1/+1 done for Wartorn too. His upgrades could be improved, but he has a lot of battlecruisers, and he's working on mech upgrades and airship upgrades, so I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have the resources, but he's sitting on 500 gas. It's very possible, indeed. So Wartorn's pulling back while DraoS is trying to attack into it. Bit of an accidental meeting in the middle here. Some Marines lose their lives as a result. DraoS decides to take a very ill-advised engagement, loses a bunch of more Marines there, and now it's just a handful of Marines here too. It's just, I don't like this little small engagements attacking into all Wartorn has type thing that we're working on. Planetary Fortress going to deal with these Marines. Tanks set up in siege mode. Set up in siege mode. Battlecruisers pulling back to save this base. Barracks actually going to die here. Wartorn pulling back to try to save everything that he has in this 5th base location in the top left-hand corner. Once again, the battlecruisers with their +2 armor just don't take enough damage from the Marines. And the whole army came back for no reason. All right, Wartorn, it's okay. It's okay. Not a problem. You came back for no reason. You could have actually continued to push through here and done a lot of damage, but DraoS attacked, forced you to respond, and you have to respect that. I know I do. I know I respect the ever-loving everything out of it. Supply blocked a little bit here is Wartorn at 188 supply. No supply depots in production, and no command centers either. But he's got a pretty big army. He's up about 60 supply on his opponent, while having 20 fewer workers too. So that's a big army difference. We got 9,000 for Wartorn compared to 4,100 for DraoS. Okay, that's not a good deal. And a lot of this is Marine too, which we've already established is not great, especially if they don't have the upgrades. Alright, so this newly constructed 6th base of DraoS is in trouble after losing the 3rd. Production facility is gonna die. DraoS has been spreading barracks out across the entire map for reasons, and he keeps losing them. As a result, now he can make 6 Marines at a time, which doesn't seem like it's enough. DraoS is actually somehow mineral starved at this point, well, sitting at 400 minerals, but compared to the thousands he was rolling with. Yamato cannoning down that planetary fortress actually works. Hey, alright. That significantly defeats DraoS' ability to hold this thing. Here comes your engagement. Vikings in the sky for both players. Upgrades are better for Wartorn, that is for sure. Vikings have no upgrades for DraoS whatsoever. Tactical jumping back here to deal with the tanks, deal with reinforcements, and DraoS with the GG. Wartorn is your winner in 26 minutes and 49 seconds. Well played indeed by Wartorn, getting the win in today's Patron edition of Mid-Rank Madness. Oh boy, what a good one. I love the battle cruiser usage. I love the continued harassment, consistent harassment from both players. This was a good TVT. This is what I like to see from TVT. 19,000 resources lost for Wartorn compared to 34,000 for DraoS. 338 Marines died for DraoS. Wartorn did lose 869 Marines and 5 battle cruisers, but really his losses are fairly minimal across the board here. Whereas DraoS ended up losing 4 orbital commands and a planetary fortress, and yeah, that was it. So a couple times I feel like DraoS could have won and decided not to go just because he was afraid. He was looking at the situation, didn't know what was going on. And that is something I got to work on. You need to be able to have the map awareness, especially as Terrans. Scan consistently. Just know when doors are open, when your army's in position to get some damage done, where the other army is. That's kind of how TVT needs to be played, is scan, 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 scan. And DraoS will get there. Wartorn too. Okay, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void Mid-Rank Madness. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Before us, our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. Justice, our duty is unending. I feel your presence. We are as one. Sense sense of soul. A soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala adu. The path of ascension is before us. Our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. I sense a soul. A soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala adu. I sense a soul. A soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala adu. I sense a soul. A soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala adu. Kalarulas. Aramulas. Antlaranus. Naslaran. Kinalatu. Casar di Templare. Daramanaka. Oshara Sashina.